Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are absolutely putting on our detective hats. You know that frustrating mystery of why your Wi-Fi suddenly drops or your Bluetooth headphones start stuttering for no reason? Well, we're going to solve it. We're becoming RFI detectives.
All right, just a quick note before we dive in. This explainer is actually part 4 of a really comprehensive 10-part tutorial from the folks at RFI Detectives. It's all about radio frequency interference with Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and all those IoT devices that use the 2.4 and 5.8 gigahertz bands. So yeah, this is definitely for those of you who are a bit more technically savvy and really want to get a handle on this invisible world. Let's get to it.
So, let's kick things off with a mystery that probably feels, well, a little too familiar. It's that moment, right? That moment of just pure frustration when you're on a crucial video call and poof, it freezes. Or your favorite song just starts sputtering and breaking up for no reason at all. You're just left thinking, what is going on here?
Well, the culprit, more often than not, is this invisible turf war happening in the air, like right now, all around you. It's called radio frequency interference, or RFI for short. Think about it. Your laptop, your router, your smart speakers, your phone, they are all literally shouting over each other, fighting for the same slice of invisible real estate. Okay, let's really dive into this.
Okay, first things first. Any good detective has to understand the crime scene, right? And for us, that crime scene is the radio spectrum itself, those invisible highways that all our data is constantly traveling on. Now, our investigation is going to focus on two main neighborhoods, two key frequency bands. You got the 2.4 gigahertz band. This is the workhorse. It's got amazing range. It can punch right through walls. But, and this is a big but, it is so incredibly crowded. There are only just three, non-overlapping channels for Wi-Fi. Then, on the other hand, you've got the 5.8 gigahertz band. This is more like the sports car. It's way faster, tons more channels to choose from. The catch? Its range is much shorter, and it gets stopped dead in its tracks by walls and other obstacles.
Every single wireless signal, every one, from your laptop to your router, goes on this little 4-stage journey. First, it's generated by a transmitter. Then it propagates, it travels through the air. And then it gets all mixed up with all the other signals flying around. And that right there, that's stage 3, interference. Finally, whatever's left of the signal gets captured by a receiver. So yeah, that third stage, that's where our entire mystery is.
So here's the absolute crux of it. For your device to actually understand a signal, that signal has to be way, way louder than all the background noise and interference. It's like trying to have a conversation in a really loud room. We measure this with a key metric called the signal-to-noise ratio, or SNR. And if that signal just isn't loud enough, if the SNR is too low, the receiver just can't make sense of it, and that's when your connection stutters or just drops altogether.
All right, so now we get the environment. We understand the crime scene. It's time to do what all good detectives do. Let's build a lineup of the usual suspects, the ones guilty of causing all this wireless chaos.
That 2.4 gigahertz band, man, it's like a crowded city street, and it is just full of offenders. Some of them are pretty obvious, right? Bluetooth devices, all our smart home gadgets. But the biggest culprits, the ones that cause the most trouble, are often things you would never suspect. I'm talking about your microwave oven, or maybe that ancient cordless phone that's still plugged in, just sitting in a corner, hogging an entire channel all to itself.
And here's where it gets really interesting. Each of these suspects has its own unique criminal signature, its own fingerprint, if you will. A microwave oven, for example, it doesn't just mess with one channel. Oh no. When that thing's running, it blasts this high-power broadband noise across the entire 2.4 gigahertz band. It's this super distinct, powerful burst of noise that's actually pretty easy to spot, assuming, of course, you have the right tools.
So right about now, you're probably thinking, aha, I'll just switch everything over to 5.8 gigahertz and I'm golden. Well, not so fast. Because while it's definitely less crowded, that band has its own, let's say, more specialized cast of characters that are out there causing trouble. Over here, the interference tends to come from some pretty high-powered, specialized gear. I'm talking about things like those FPV racing drones zipping around, or professional wireless video systems. Those powerful point-to-point bridges you sometimes see on rooftops connecting buildings? Yep, those too. And depending on where you are, you might even have to deal with things like weather and military radar systems.
Okay, so we've got our suspects lined up. We know who the bad guys might be. Now it's time to gather the evidence. We need to prove who's actually guilty.
But here's the tricky part. That Wi-Fi scanner on your laptop or that network app on your phone, they can only see other Wi-Fi networks. That's it.
They are completely, totally blind to things like a microwave oven or a cordless phone. To see the full picture, a true RFI detective needs a special kind of tool.
And that tool is the spectrum analyzer. This is really the key piece of equipment in our detective kit. It lets us literally see everything that's happening in the airwaves. It makes the invisible visible. It shows us those unique energy signatures from all those non-Wi-Fi devices that are causing all the problems.
So the actual detective work follows this really clear three-step process. First, you use the spectrum analyzer to scan the air, looking for clues. Second, you do a physical inspection of the area. You walk around and make a list of all the potential suspects. And third, you analyze the evidence. You match the energy signatures you found in your scan to the specific devices you found during your inspection. It's classic detective work.
So, with the evidence in hand and the culprit identified, it is finally time to crack the case. So let's get into the practical steps for restoring a little peace and order to your wireless world.
You know, solving the case often comes down to some surprisingly simple, practical fixes. Sometimes just relocating a device, moving it even just a few feet away can make a massive difference. You're just increasing the distance between the bad guy and the victim. Upgrading your gear is also huge. Moving your important devices over to the 5 or even 6 GHz bands gets them out of that noisy, crowded 2.4 GHz space. And look, for things that don't move, like a desktop PC or a TV, let's be honest, nothing beats the rock-solid reliability of a good old wired connection.
And this slide, right here, shows you exactly why this stuff matters so much. Proper channel planning is one of the most powerful tools we have. On the left, you just see chaos, right? A bunch of networks all overlapping, shouting over each other, forcing devices to constantly wait their turn and resend data. It's a mess. But on the right, with just a little planning, by carefully picking those non-overlapping channels, 1, 6, and 11 in the 2.4 GHz band, you give each network its own clean air to breathe. And that one simple change can just dramatically improve performance for everybody. Right now, probably the ultimate solution, the best way to avoid that traffic jam on the 2.4 and 5 GHz roads, is to just take a whole new highway. And that's exactly what Wi-Fi 6E gives us. It opens up this massive, brand new 6 GHz band. It is a wide-open superhighway that is, for now, totally free from all those old-school microwave ovens, baby monitors, and all the other junk that crowds the other bands. It is the cleanest spectrum you can get your hands on.
So there you have it. We've pretty much solved today's mystery. But this whole investigation leaves us with one final and really important question. The number of wireless devices out there is absolutely exploding. We're talking billions and billions more coming online. This invisible turf war, it's only going to get more intense. And that means learning to be an RFI detective, well, it's not just some niche skill anymore. It's fast becoming essential for pretty much anyone who depends on a solid, reliable wireless connection.